The CP Republic is brought to you by Smart and Talk and Text.
And welcome to the latest episode of the CP Republic. Ako si DR.
And I'm Jam.
And kanina pa dapat kami record.
Kaso,
pero
nanood kami ng...
hindi namin inaasahan na makakapanood kami ng laban ng Pacquiao. No?
Salamat sa
Pat Bradley.
Salamat sa Facebook Live.
Oh, salamat sa Facebook Live. Nakapanood kami ng laban ni Pacquiao. At dahil nanalo si Pacquiao, tuloy recording namin. Kasi pag natalo si Pacquiao, tuloy pa rin recording namin. Pero congrats sa ating pambansang kamao na si Manny Pacquiao at sa kanyang pagkapanalo kay Bradley, no?
Yes.
So, huwag ka na tumakbo sa Senado. Yun ang masasabi ko. Alright, so anyway, CP news naman tayo, guys. We have 3 news for today. And ano ba mga balita natin, Jam?
Well, actually, madami naman. And actually, unexpected. And hindi na galing sa kanila. Well, una natin, syempre, is si Vivo.
Vivo na naman.
Vivo ulit, katulad last week. And then we have the SKK Mobile. And then, lastly, meron tayong Lenovo.
SKK and Lenovo. Okay, so let's start with Vivo. So last week we mentioned we mentioned about yung isang Vivo na
Y51.
Na Y51,
which is yung unang Vivo smartphone na darating sa Pilipinas.
Pero this time may mga bago tayong balita. Actually kasi this week nagkaroon ng launch ang Vivo sa Mumbai, India, where some of our fellow tech blogger friends, like sina Unbox, sina Tech Pinas, they were invited there to attend the event. And natatawa lang kasi ako sa sinasabi ni John of Unbox. Sa ICU pa yung ilong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I would have loved to go if I was invited. Pero for sure nakakapagod ng flight na yun. But anyway, so di ko alam kung bakit sa India ginawa yung event, of all places. Pero tingin lang namin is, well, it's pretty much because India is an emerging market for smartphones.
Yes.
Just like the Philippines.
Yes.
And maraming mga phone brands sa India, and like Apple, yung Apple na iPhone SE, yung pinakabago nila, doon din naka-target sa India, no? So I think they're aiming India as one of the countries that gusto na target for their Vivo smartphone lineups. So ang in-announce nila doon are the V3 Max,
V3 and V3 Max.
V3 and V3 Max. So yung V3 and V3 Max, makikita niyo yung mga specs sa screen.
Description.
Pero kasi pagkabasa ko dito is parang parang masyadong ini-emphasize ni Vivo na mabibilis. Mas mabilis pa sa mas mabilis. Faster than faster daw. Parang
ano ba mas mabilis? Ano guys?
Hindi, parang faster than faster. Parang I mean, grammatical, some of us are grammar Nazis and parang there's no such thing as faster than faster. It should be, faster than fast, diba? Pero
the fastest.
Faster than faster, parang
ano ba?
Medyo ibig bumilis na yung utak ko, parang nag-hang.
Slower than slower.
Slower than slower. So, hanger than hanger. Pero, kidding aside, parang ini-stress yata ng mga taga-Vivo na super bilis itong smartphone na to. Pero, bakit nga ba? Parang yun ang pinagmamalaki niya? Ano ba tingin mo, Jam?
Tingin ko kasi it's a mid-range mid-range smartphone. And siguro ang pinagmamalaki niya lang talaga is, yung kanyang pagiging faster than faster, which is para sa mga mid-range, I guess.
3652 processor kasi.
It's a new processor. It's a new processor.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I mean, yung sa V3 specs, okay? Sa V3 specs, it's running on Snapdragon 616, and we have already played with smartphones with this processor, like the Zenfone Laser 6, like the Oppo F1. They're okay. They're pretty much okay, but not faster than faster as they would as they would emphasize, as Vivo would emphasize. Probably the 652, the V3 Max. I haven't seen yung...
Wala pa. Ito yung isa sa mga unang 652 na smartphones
wala pa tayo na lalaro nito.
Most probably, malay natin yung mga susunod na mid-range smartphones. Ito na yung magiging trend. Hindi na 616 or 615. Baka 652 na.
Right.
Weird nga 5.2. Hindi sila 5.0.
Oo nga Pero yung niya, specs niya is medyo high-end na
4 gigs of RAM.
4 gigs of RAM, diba?
Full HD is justifiable. Di naman lahat, madalas kailangan ng 2K display. Most smartphones with 2K display nasa flagship na talaga.
Right.
Pero yung camera, 13 megapixel, hindi natin alam kung paano nag-work. Kung ano yung quality niya. And the rest is, normal. Although medyo na lang, kasi Android 5.1 lollipop pa rin siya. Bago yung chipset niya, pero hindi pa rin bago yung operating system niya. It's still Android 5.1. But hopefully, we could see a Marshmallow update para dito sa smartphone ito soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then, we have the V3, which is, kas medyo katulad na, ang chipset niya is katulad no sa Asus Zenfone Laser 6. It has a 616 processor. It's an upgrade from the 615. And, we have the, yung 3 gigs of RAM, which is just okay sa 3 gigs of RAM, makakapag-multitask ka na, makakapag-gaming ka na ng okay, ng madami, and then 32 gigs of RAM. Basically, parang talaga, mid-range smartphone talaga yung kanyang yung kanyang specifications. Wala naman ako masabing iba kasi hindi rin natin na-try. Pero, yun nga.
Parang I don't know. We'll probably know when we get to play with it. Pero, hindi parang when they emphasize on faster and faster, parang
hindi ko mag-gets kung bakit faster than faster.
I don't know I really couldn't I understand how they're stressing this, pero we have to wait and see. We have to really really check out how it works.
Yes.
So when that time comes, then that's the time we'll be able to validate if it's indeed faster than faster.
Curious ako dito yung V3 Max kasi aside sa mas malaking display niya, bago yung processor niya. So yun yung gusto ko malaman sa V3 Max. Kung paano nagpe-perform ang 652. Okay, so
paano 652?
Meron pa tayong mga nakalimutan pala. Marami pa tayong smartphones that could feature
so
today.
Bukod sa pero hihuli na natin yun. So in Vivo, that's a Vivo launch in Mumbai, India. And merong not exactly launched pero somehow announced a local brand somehow announced their new phone, and this local brand is called SKK. SKK Mobile.
Kung kani-kanino.
Alam ko na yung kung saan nila kopya.
Saan nila kinopya?
Alam mo saan? Sa kilikili mo.
Pura SKK talaga.
Sa kilikili mo.
Nakakainis yung pangalan.
Sa kilay-kilay mo rin.
Sa
kilay-kilay mo. Sa kuko natin. Hindi, sorry Pero, yung si SKK Mobile naman, Mabait eh. Pagtulog.
Pagtulog.
Pero matagal na tayo hindi na-review ng SKK. Parang kasi mga tao, sorry guys, kasi yung SKK Mobile, talaga mahirap kausapin yung mga yan.
Ayaw ko silang kausapin.
Mahirap silang kausapin eh. And,
bibili na lang ako ng cellphone nila kaysa kausapin sila.
I know, malabo talagang kausap. So, pero we'll see if we'll be able to, borrow units from them for us to review. Pero so far, wala naman nagre-request eh.
Parang ayoko kasi...
Kasi wala naman nagre-request ng
Pag nagpahiram sila, baka sumakit lang lalo ulo ko.
Wala naman nagre-request ng ng review sa atin eh.
Alright.
So, buti naman. Pero anyway, because this is new, so we have to mention it. Si SKK, meron siyang bagong phone. Ang tawag niya is Chronos Byte.
So, ang according sa...
Chronos Byte?
Ayon sa kanilang kakaibang admin ng Facebook page nila na nakakainis ang kanilang pag-handle ng digital. Chronos is the god of time daw. Tama ba? Google nga natin. Who is the god of time?
Tama yun.
Tama yun?
Oo. Chronos is the god of time.
So, ibig sabihin nito,
ibig
sabihin nito, matagal pa itong ilalabas.
Actually, bakit may byte? Bakit may byte? Okay, Chronos is the god of time. And then, bakit may byte?
Siguro Chronos is yung parang bagong series nila ng Android.
Hindi, pero bakit god of time? Ano kinalaman ng god of time sa sa telepono?
Malay ko doon sa SKK Facebook. Check mo i-check nyo yung Facebook page ng SKK Mobile. Hindi mo magigets kung bakit gano'n. Pero 1 million yung likers nila. Siguro ilang kaya doon yung binili nila. Ang dami siguro binili nila dito. Anyway, ang sabi nila, it's time for the God of Time. Hindi ko magets kung bakit oras na para sa God of Time.
Actually, when I search for parang God of Time na yan.
Yeah, Chronos. Actually, meron pala sila iba. The Chronos Cross. It's a stunning, sexy, elegant, fit for the God of Time. Hindi tayo God of Time sorry.
Sorry, hindi kami Diyos eh. Hindi kami Diyos eh.
Hindi
tayo Diyos material eh.
Hindi tayo,
So, wala magnanay pag-usapan.
It's almost time. Well, yun nga, makikita niyo naman yung specs sa baba. And we have the Chronos Ace pala. 3. Chronos Ace, Chronos Byte, and Chronos Cross. Yung Chronos Cross, hindi siya yung laro ng NES pa. Hindi yung Chronos Cross na gawa ni Square Enix. Walang kinalaman yun doon. Basically, yung maganda lang sa kanya is ewan ko kasi kinopyan nila lahat yung design So, hindi ko masabi. Pero,
anyway, let's just mention it.
I like the design and the specification is not really enticing. Pero, ang maganda dito sa Chronos Cross, 6-inch display. Sa mga mahihilig ng malaking display.
Yeah, 6-inch display. 6-inch QHD.
Oo. So, ibig sabihin, 6-inch yung phone mo, pero 960 by 540 resolution mo. So, ibig sabihin, pwede mo siya ibato kahit saan.
You just waste. Guys, 6-inch, tapos QHD lang ngayon, 960 by 540 yung resolution. You just wasted a beautiful, beautiful large screen. Well, siguro beautiful na rin. HD.
Iba to. QHD yung ito, Chronos Cross. Tapos may stunning
You just wasted the large screen, basically. Okay? You just wasted a large screen. May 6-inch ka nga, pero resolution mo naman is hindi man lang HD. No?
Chopping board, guys.
Chopping goodness.
It's a good chopping board for us.
May 2.5D arc ka na,
display. Edge to edge daw. Hindi ako naniniwala.
Edge to edge pa talaga yan?
Hindi ako naniniwala.
Oh, goodness.
Well, anyway, yun yung Chronos Cross. Yung Chronos Bright is a 5-point phablet. Parang
pero mura ha.
Oo.
Mura yung yung balik tayo sa sorry guys, medyo magulo. Ang Chronos Cross na pinag-uusapan nating 6-inch screen, introductory price daw is 3,999 pero 3,299 na lang daw. 6-inch screen, pero yun nga lang.
Ang pangit talaga ng quarter-inch display.
Grabe.
Sobrang pangit na as in.
Parang, wow, inaksihan nyo lang yung
Isipin mo na lang, meron kang mas smartphone na parang iPhone 6 Plus. Mas malaki pa sa iPhone 6 Plus, pero resolution mo pang iPhone 3G. Parang iPhone 4.
Grabe.
Pero ito yung medyo okay, yung Chronos Haze. Kasi, meron siyang 5-inch display, maliit, pero Android 6.0 siya. So, mura siya for 2,299 pesos. Pero knowing SKK Mobile, medyo shady eh. Kasi minsan may ginawa sila once na Android 5.0 daw. Pero pag dinaya nila yung magka-Android 5.0 na. So, hindi natin alam. Baka mamaya may magic pala to. So, malalaman na lang natin once...
Well, if somebody can confirm it for us.
Or ayoko manghiram. Bahala sila. Unless bigyan nila ako kasi buwisit naguguluhan talaga ako sa kanila. And yun, hopefully,
huwag na natin pag-aksaya ng panahon.
Ayaw pag-aksaya ng panahon to. So, lipat na tayo to our next topic.
Next topic na tayo, guys. Sorry. I mean, pero at least, well, if you want to find out about SKK, well, you just simply go to their website. Pero hindi ko i-advertise sa website.
Wala na nga ito si Alden Rosalile as brand ambassador nila. Kasi,
sino yun? Hindi ko kakilala yung mga tao na yun.
Wala ganun talaga.
Ay, naku, sa kilikili nila.
Ganun talaga.
Okay.
Ito, medyo gumanda naman yung topic natin. Gumanda naman tayo.
Okay,
This time, we're going to Lenovo.
Ayan, Lenovo. Okay. Okay, Lenovo. Meron ako dapat sasabihin, pero hindi ko na sasabihin. Let's just go straight to the topic.
It's a Lenovo K4 Note and
Actually, dalawa
and the Vibe X3.
Okay, so last Friday, unfortunately,
may allergy ako.
Unfortunately ako, na-renew ko yung passport ko, and so none of us were able to go. Pero nilaunch ni Lenovo yung itong dalawang telepono na to. Yung Vibe X3 at K4 Note. Now, naghang ako eh. Yung K4 Note, ito yung
para siyang Flare X ang specs.
Phablet, 5.5 inch yung screen niya. Malaking kasi kaya nga Note eh, kasi parang that's what they're trying to emphasize. Parang phablet yung nila, phablet yung display nila. No, and the specs are kind of mid-range, no?
And actually, parang Flare X talaga.
6753 yun processor. Parang, I agree. Parang Flare X. Yung Flare X ba,
hindi ko lang sure kung 16 gigs yung storage niya, yung Flare X. Hindi ko matandaan
16.
16 ba? Okay.
Oo, 16.
Halos
pero
similar.
1920 ba yung by 1080 resolution?
Yes, Full HD ang Flare X. Although yung Flare X natin is 1.7 GHz, so 6752. Yung second generation na Flare
X.
Ito 1.3. Ito yung 1.3. Ito yung bago, mas maganda. So, meron din siyang...
Flare X the specs.
Flare X specs. Pero yung battery niya is 3,300. Mas malaki.
Mas naman ng 3,000.
300.
So, ito, naka-lollipop. Well, sabagay naka-lollipop din yung 1.3 GHz ng Flare X.
Isa pang maganda sa kanya is meron siyang fingerprint scanner. So, isang lamang ni K4 Note is meron siyang fingerprint scanner, which is medyo katapat niya si GR5, pero si GR5 kasi hindi MediaTek gamit niya.
GR5 Huawei.
The Huawei GR5 is using a Snapdragon 410. I'm not sure.
616.
615 parang something.
615 yun ba?
Parang ganun. It's a Snapdragon. So, medyo magkaiba. If katulad nung napag-usapan natin sa unbox yung Star Mobile Lite Elite, na pag si Qualcomm may kanya-kanya advantage yan, pero si MediaTek may kanya-kanya advantage yan. To make it short, si MediaTek more performance yan pagdating sa gaming, sa ganyan. Pero si Snapdragon, yun yung sa more phone functionality, GPS, mga ganon. So, may kanya-kanya advantage. So, it's up to you kung ano yung pipiliin mo. Pero yun nga, let's talk about the K4 Note. The K4 Note is a very interesting smartphone. Meron siyang almost similar specs sa Flare X and meron pa siyang fingerprint scanner. Ito, meron pa siyang pinagmamalaki lagi si Lenovo, yung Dolby Atmos sound. Although, hindi mo siya lagi mararamdaman Hira maramdaman yung Dolby Atmos sound.
So, kasi Dolby Atmos sound, you can only use it, as far as I know, you can only use it if
yung media file mo supported.
If the media file is embedded with the technology. But if not,
wala rin kwenta, di ba?
Wala rin kwenta.
Ang interesting din sa K4 Note, despite having a Flare X specification, sabihin nyo, ay, boring ang Flare X na lang ako, fingerprint scanner lang yan. Well, guys, it's the K4 Note comes with a free VR headset,
yeah,
screen protector, and back cover.
Wow.
And yung price niya is still reasonable.
Pero yung VR headset mo ang sosyalin
Nakita ko yung pictures, mukhang maganda yung VR headset. Hindi
Mukhang
siya yung
sosyalin
mukhang CDR King na headset
Yeah.
na worth 800 pesos.
Yeah.
It's better than Ant VR yung tawag nila. Hindi ko sure. Although, I cannot assure you kung paano kaganda yung VR quality. Kasi iba-ibang VR headset, magkakaiba ng quality. Minsan,
Kasi ako nasanay ako sa Oculus
yung Oculus maganda eh.
Yung sa Samsung.
Ay, hindi. Gear VR yun. Gear VR is, developed by Oculus.
But it was developed by Oculus.
Which is really, really nice.
So, diba, yung standards parang, nandito yung standards ko. And when I try other,
ang pangit na,
parang, naninibago ako, parang hindi ito ganito.
That's right. Actually, yun nga yun. Kasi hindi lahat ng VR pare-pare sa quality.
But hey, I mean, it's still VR. And
it's free. It's free. So, guys,
diba?
come on.
Even
free.
if it's not Oculus, it's still VR. And ano pa rin, you know, you will have a taste of the future because this is the future. No?
Right.
Eventually, people will rely on VR on a lot of aspects, on a lot of things. It could be for education purposes. It could be for entertainment purposes.
Most probably
diba?
sa media, maganda siya pag nanood ng movies. Maraming may gusto.
I think it will be more than it will be more used than for entertainment.
Soon.
It can be used for other things din.
Marami siyang uses actually.
Marami.
Yung mga tours sa kung saan, the street view.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, gumagamit ako ng VR, tatlo yung VR headset ko.
Or pwede tayo
para
magkaroon din ng parang virtual meetup din na hindi lang tayo nag-chat or hindi lang tayo parang it's
3D,
like,
diba? Parang it's like meeting your doctor sa ganun.
You can even do you can even do VR gaming.
May mga games na.
No, but not just VR gaming na using your VR headset. But with the use of your controls, parang may napanood na ako ni sa
that's the HTC Vive, although pang PC siya.
Pero diba? That's what I'm driving at.
It's the start of something, technology.
Yeah, and to start off with VR, you can get us to the Lenovo Vibe. Wait, is it still available?
Okay, for yung free VR.
Until today, right?
No, siya, talagang bundle siya.
Talagang bundle.
Talagang bundle siya. Okay, so very interesting talaga. And it's talagang competing talaga sa other, whether local or international. Maganda yung pricing niya.
So, magkano yung price?
The price is 10,699.
Okay, wow.
Medyo maganda. Actually, maganda yung pricing ng K4 no.
Okay, so pero kung tutuusin pero kung ako tatanungin mo dyan, Jam, okay, for how many episodes, is it the third time that we talked about this regarding the mid-range market starting at 11K?
Actually,
we already have the Asus, the Zenfone selfie. Actually,
we have the
parang inactive nga yan Let's just say na wala mo na yung Zenfone selfie. Let's just say yung
Laser 6.
Laser 6, okay? Laser 6.
That's a Zenfone Laser 6.
6-inch yun. Then you have the, you have the Oppo F1. You have the Huawei GR5, and you have the Lenovo Vibe S.
Kasi,
Lenovo
K4 Note.
K4 Note. Now, we have, these international brands, and they're all competing for the mid-range market at this price. There's a gripe lang sa K4 Note.
Kasi,
with the specs, you know that they're already overpriced. Magkano yung Flare X?
Flare X is 7,000.
6,000.
6,099.
Up to now ba?
Ano pa yata.
6,990.
Alam ko, hindi pa rin change yung price based sa last price sa check ko.
So, 6,990. The Lenovo K4 is priced at 10,000 with the same specs. Pero,
may fingerprint scanner.
May fingerprint scanner, yeah. And then may free
VR headset.
Yeah, pero, ito dito natin i-compare na naman yung mag-change, mag-ano tayo ng mga processors. Si Huawei is using Snapdragon.
Mm-hmm.
Si Oppo is using Snapdragon. Si Asus is using Snapdragon.
Yeah.
At kung si Lenovo gamit MTK na mas mura.
Yeah, mas mura. Actually, guys, sa MTK ay mas mura. Pero, ang ano siguro, gusto nila maiba eh. Maiba yung focus. And siguro mas, not all people gusto lagi ng Snapdragon. When it comes to performance.
I still, personally, I find it overpriced.
Well, it's kind of overpriced. Actually.
Yeah, but when it because ito
pero sa akin ang ganda sa price.
But let's take out the deals. Let's take out the let's take out the VR. Let's take out the freebies. If we're gonna take out the freebies, and that this would cost at 10,000.
I don't think aabot ng parang more than 2,000 yung freebies niya. I don't think aabot siya doon.
So that's the point. So whether aabot o hindi, diba? 10,000 yun. Laki ng, for an MTK device. It's too expensive.
Sa akin, okay yung pricing niya. Kasi we have the branding, the fingerprint scanner. It's additional features. Although it's a fancy features lang, pero para sa akin, okay pa rin siya. Kasi it's a Lenovo.
Because that's the same thing that Lenovo did 2 years ago when they released this, yung yung isang smartphone nila na A something, yung mukhang iPhone na parang glass.
A7000,
yung may glass yung that's the same thing eh. Pero when you check the processor is a low cost MTK chipset na sa Cherry Mobile ginagamit sa 4,000 to 5,000 peso range nila. Kung si Jony nga, if you remember, yung Jony na G5 ba yun? We reviewed before. 6,000 nga yun, overpriced na nga tayo doon.
Well,
Lenovo pa. No?
Ang quality naman kasi rin nun. Exact core.
Well, this guys, itong nakikita nyo yung namin, nakikita nyo yung argument, not yung argument, discussion namin ni Jam. Ito yung makikita eh. Anong side eh. Anong side yung mga...
Well, kanya-kanyang advantage, di ba? Kanya-kanyang
kasi ganyan din mag-iisip din yung mga tao eh. So, ako, iniisip ko lang, I think it's overpriced. In the case of Jam, sabi niya, it's okay because may branding naman. I get his point. But there's also,
may kanya-kanyang side yan, guys.
Yeah, there's also my point. So,
ganun din sa pagbili nyo. So, you need to consider yung side ni Reg and yung side ko. Parang ganun. Well, not just our side, pati yung may iba pang side na iba pang opinions, diba?
Yeah, and you also have other alternatives like yung sa Oppo and sa Asus and and yung sa Huawei GR5 which will be receiving soon.
Maganda yung GR5.
Which will be receiving soon and we'll be able to review it here sa CP Republic. Malapit na pala yun. Alright, and then meron pa yung
Lenovo Vibe X3.
Yeah, so yung Vibe X3, yeah, this one looks more promising.
Medyo para siyang G5.
But the A808 processor is not really a new processor.
It's parang G4.
Yeah, it's using the same processor of the LG G4. But it's a tried and tested processor. It's still good. It's not really much known for overheating. And
yun nga yung ginamit nila 808 kasi mas talaga si 810 pagdating sa overheating. First generation 810.
Yeah, and the specs of these of the Vibe X3 batteries are better, 3,500.
The RAM is 3 gig.
RAM should have been set to 4 gig. If I were them.
Still 5.5 inch display.
21 megapixels with a Sony sensor.
IMX230.
That looks nice. Yeah, that looks nice.
4K recording, although most of you won't probably use that kasi medyo useless sa country natin kasi we don't have 4K TVs, the internet, unless naka-fiber talaga kayo. Well, maganda yung
the specs looks good on paper and for the price of 22,000 for their flagship.
It's a flagship, yes.
It's a flagship pero kasi they don't have flagship that would compete with with the likes of LG, with the likes of Samsung, with the likes of This I believe this is already their flagship diba? Ito na yun eh.
Pero year-old specs na siya eh. Medyo, pero still powerful.
Still powerful.
Still
cheap. So, I mean, if you want something more of a flagship, pero the Vibe actually could probably cut it for you, even if it's just even if your processor is not the newest. No? But ganun naman talaga, guys. You don't really you don't really need to have the latest in order for you to work. No, you can even have the last year's technology and it will still work for you, diba? So so that's that's the Lenovo, and we have we have our last edition because we just we almost forgot, we almost missed it. Also launched this week. So kasi dami
Dami.
Sa dami nakalimutan pa natin.
Daming mga news aside sa phones, which is tapos nabaha pa tayo.
Also announced this week.
The most exciting,
we should say, is from Huawei. Okay?
Huawei is becoming the next Samsung.
Ang bilis ng news na to. Akala ko when they teased about the new Huawei phone last week, akala ko it will be announced pa next month pa. Yung pala yung teaser is already for this week.
Ito yung cellphone ni Superman.
Yes, cellphone ni Superman. Okay. At hindi lang cellphone ni Superman.
Ni Black Widow.
Smartphone nito ni Black Widow.
So okay. Avengers at DC.
Yes. So what we're talking about here is the Huawei P9. And and they have their new celebrity endorsers, which are Henry Cavill and si Scarlett Johansson, no? So yung P9, no? Well, yung P8 hindi ko pa nga nalaro eh. No?
Pero itong P9 mas
Huawei has this lines, no? Pero the P, they have the Mate. Okay.
Which is the premium na flagship nila.
Premium nila. Pero itong P series, I don't know how to categorize these two.
Well, the P series is parang siya, for photography.
Is it?
Ang alam
Oh,
ko.
right. Right. Because okay guys, because like my writer si Charlene of sa di ago, no? Si Charlene, no? 2 years ago she won a P6.
Okay.
Was it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago yan. P7 last year. P8.
No, it was last year.
Last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
P9. Last year na.
No, I'm sorry. That was the Honor.
Okay.
Honor 6 pala yun.
Honor
Oh,
6.
God. See, I'm getting mixed up. But that's the Honor, so it's not a P. Sorry. But there are, forget about the Honor series. The P series, they're also about the cameras, right? But the Mate is also about the camera. So I don't.
Pero mas mas focus talaga sa camera
yung P series.
And then yung this time the P9, iba yung marketing nila with P9 sobrang aggressive no marketing nila. So talagang sila kasi
you know why guys kung bakit masyadong aggressive yung marketing nila sa P9. Well, bukod
sa kay Scarlett Johansson and
bukod kay Superman at kay Black Widow. It's because another super partnership that they have here is they partnered with Leica. With Leica, and Leica is
legendary brand.
Oh yeah, you see siya na nagtapos. I couldn't give a damn explanation.
It's a legendary. Yun yung pinakamagandang pinakamalaki.
Oh my goodness, Leica, Halay ka dito. Halay ka dito. I mean, God, iba yung Leica talaga na iba yung Leica lens, iba yung Leica na camera. Guys, these are not cheap. These are very expensive, but the quality is so good. It's really so good. Now you have Huawei, a very reliable, a very it's really growing fast. Like what Jam said earlier, parang na siya naging Samsung ngayon. No, how Samsung grew before, ganun lang si Huawei. No, and it's not just a media hype, but with the phones that they're releasing, it's gaining traction. And tapos yung Nexus pa nila, which Jam already bought when we were in Hong Kong, and now I just received one the other day. No, iba yung quality. Iba yung quality ng Huawei. You have the quality of Huawei, and then you have a camera of Leica. What are you going to expect? You're going to expect
Actually, dalawa yung nilabas nila.
a spectacular phone or phones because they have more than one phone that they release.
They have, both are P9, pero if, para sa dalawang choices mo, gusto mo na mas maliit, gusto mo na mas malaki. Ako, kahit ano dyan. Kasi, ang ganda ng camera niya eh. Si Kevin Francisco, Tech, grabe, nakita ko yung sample shots niya at sobrang ganda talaga. So, the Huawei P9 and the P9 Plus almost have the same specifications, pero si P9 has a 5.2-inch Full HD IPS display, while si P9 Plus has a 5.5-inch Full HD AMOLED display. Hindi ko lang bakit IPS at AMOLED pa eh.
Yeah,
Pero both are still good. And they are using a Kirin processor. Kirin has been getting better. Actually, starting with the Mate 7, maganda na yung Kirin. Kasi dati parang daming hits and miss. Ngayon, okay na talaga yung Kirin processor. And lalo sa Pilipinas, mabilis ang internet niya. Kasi yung infrastructure, again, ng Pilipinas is made by Huawei. So, this one comes in 3 gigs or 4 gigs na RAM. May variant siya. Hindi natin alam kung ano darating sa Pilipinas. Tapos yung storage niya, well, okay. Pero ito yung pinakamaganda feature niya. The camera. It's not just a normal camera sa smartphone because this one is a dual 12 megapixel camera. Ibig sabihin, dalawa. Dalawa yung lens niya. Both are 12 megapixel and one of them is monochrome, which is black and white, yung prefer nyo na tawagin, and then the other one is colored. So, pag pinag-combine mo yung dalawang yun, mas maganda yung contrast, the focus, the depth, and everything. Actually, everything has been better pag dalawa yung camera. Actually, nag-review tayo before, the Spectra.
Yeah,
The Spectra has the dual lens na camera, pero this one works differently.
Pero iba yung ano niya eh.
Yung parang
ito hindi the Spectra is not
monochrome and color.
Right.
This actually P9 yata yung nauna sa gantong setup eh. Na isa monochrome, isa hindi. Yung sa Spectra, more on focusing, yung kanyang, di ba? Kaya dalawa. Ito talagang sa quality talaga ng photo. Although wala tayo, gusto ko talaga matry. There's a laser autofocus para mas mabilis mag-focus. And then there's the 8 megapixel front camera. Then the battery is 3,000 milliamps, which is okay na para sa akin sa P9. While sa P9 Plus is 3,400. And I'm not sure with this one, yung Android Marshmallow 6.0, hindi pa natin na-try. Na-try mo na ba ng 6.0 sa Huawei Emotion UI? Wala pa, di ba? Yung iba yung G8. So, probably this is the first one. Yung Mate 8 ba? Hindi ko matanda. Yung Mate 8 yata, no? Pero the Emotion UI, bang Emotion UI?
I haven't really played with it.
No, I mean, yung sa G8. The G8 is Emotion UI, similar to that. Pero what do you think of the UI na G8 and...
The UI... No, I mean, and the UI of the G8 is, pretty much like the lang naman, pretty much like the MIUI, they removed the app drawer. Pero
it's customizable.
Oh yeah, so that's okay, so that's a given, right? Pero yung what I like about the at least with the notifications area, it's like you receive it step by step or I mean according to the time. So parang walang nakahalo. Walang nadjo-jumbo. Kasi yung mga notifications parang ito lang lahat ng notifications mo sa Gmail, tapos ito lahat ng notifications mo parang naka-group eh. For me, I prefer it's not really my preference, but I welcome it. Na it's according by time, it's not according by group. Yeah. You receive the notification, which I kind of like anyway. So I don't know if it's gonna be the same thing for Emotion UI for Marshmallow 6. But I like it. I like the how it.
Kasi marami sa mga siguro sa viewers natin pinakatry ng Huawei. Actually, Huawei is a really good smartphone. I mean, using a Huawei.
But I'm really curious with the camera, how it's gonna work, how
Pero based sa mga shots na nakita ko online, sobrang ganda.
How much ba yung bibenta ni Huawei dito?
Wala pa pricing dito. So, pero most
kasi Leica mahal.
Mahal yan eh.
But with the Leica lens, well, if it's just about the lens anyway, Well, I think
Mm.
I think the P9 would not cost more than would not cost more than 35K.
Kasi medyo competing na siya sa Mate 8 kung
It will
sakali.
compete with the Mate 8 eh. Tingin ko
Tingin parehas sa pricing ng Mate 8.
Yeah, tingin ko
Medyo ako dun Kung parehas sa pricing
How much
ng
is the Mate 8?
35, 34, 33, something like that.
Mga ganyan, di ba? Mga 32,
32, kung ganun. Below siya ng Samsung
How much was the P8 before?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Not sure.
Kasi dito natin check yung malalaman yung mga pricing eh. So, the Huawei P8 Philippines price para makita natin kung magkano
Well, it's a last year pa naman. So,
Well, P8 sa expected retail price between 21,990 to 22,990. Ay, tama ba siya? Check na natin si Well, let's check si Lazada. How much
kasi,
yung benta nila.
wala luma na rin ng P8 eh. Last year pa siya. Ngayon is, 21,990.
Yes, it's 21,990.
Well, kung 21 to, oh my God, ang ganda na itong price. Pero medyo parang hindi siguro eh. I don't think na.
I think the price range would be,
More
tingin ko
than
lang tingin ko, would be between 25 to 30K.
Tingin ko 27.
Yeah. Tingin ko 25 to 30K yan. With the yung the plus model would be the higher, the 30K.
Yeah.
Tingin ko.
Pero kung papares yung last year, sobrang ganda ng pricing. Pero malabo yan. I don't think Kasi medyo tinasan nila yung parang branding ni P series na to something na parang photography. I don't think
Yeah. The thing is kasi it's hard to kung tataasan nila, parang it's hard to think na they're gonna compare with the P1, especially with the Leica, with the Leica lens. Yeah, maybe it's just a branding, ng Leica. But I cannot really tell if there's really a big difference with the lens when it comes to pricing.
Pero kung branding...
Pero I'd like to think that, kasi hindi nga nila pwede banggain yung Mate 8 eh. The Mate 8 is there at 32K.
Hindi na pwede banggain yun. Kasi once na banggain nila yun is...
another possibility, Jam, is pwedeng 27 yung
ito, 25-27, something like that.
27 yung what do you call this? Yung
Series.
P8, P9 na na mas mababa. And then the 36,000 naman would be would be the P9 na mas mataas.
Kapagay. 6-inch naman na Mate 8 eh. 6-inch yung So baka yun yung gusto nilang ipakita. Iba-ibang screen
sandwich yung sandwich. I don't know.
We'll know soon if this one...
We'll know. We'll update pag may presyo na kami. Anyway, that's all for today's news. And
matagal yung news natin.
Yeah, because marami talagang kailangan i-report. So, thank you for watching our news segment for today. And we have please tune in to our hands-on review segment. We have something new to review for today. And although we already reviewed this when we were a guest of Unbox and along with Gadget Pilipinas, pero we're still gonna review it anyway because we have the phone and we're going to review the Star Mobile Night Elite. So please do watch our hands-on review segment.